Generation Zero's next update, the Tactical Response update, is releasing in just 2 days' time. And so far we've seen some pretty cool things from that. But today we're going to be talking about what is in the actual DLC that is coming alongside with it. And that is the Tactical Equipment Pack number 2. Now, at first I was a little bit I wasn't too sure about how this would go, but they've been posting some really awesome screenshots on their Twitter page. The links are in the description down below if you do want to check them out. Mine are down there too. Check them out. Fondle those buttons. You won't regret it. And also, there's been some cool stuff in regards to what this pack will actually hold. And it looks like we're going to get some really cool things. And there are a few in there which are, a little bit redundant, or they already have those features in the games, but they're a little bit ooh-ah. So, I mean, what better way to replace game features than add in something that you pay for to get what should be with the original game? But still, very, very cool. Very excited about this pack. Now, what they did was release these here. So as you can see, they grayed them out and then released the next day the actual image and telling people what it was. So, we've got some pretty cool things there. I was going to do individual videos for all 5 items that we'll be seeing in the equipment pack, but I thought we'd wait until we could actually see all 5 at once, and then we'll go through them, and you'll be able to see what's in there all at once. And, unfortunately, we don't know a price, but I do think that it's going to be around about the £6 to £7 mark, and that is in sterling, so dollars, I think it'll be about $9 potentially. I'm hoping it will be cheaper than that. If they do go anything above sort of £6, then I think that is a bit of a piss take. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they keep it a little bit lower than that. I think under a £5, they would definitely have a hell of a lot more people buying it. Money is tight at the moment for a lot of people, so spending money on an equipment pack for any game, not just Generation Zero, is a bit more of a bigger decision than what it is normally, especially if money is a little bit tight in your house. So let's have a little bit of a look at what is in this Tactical Equipment Pack number 2. But before we do, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more Generation Zero content. We'll be covering the update in full when it releases on Thursday in 2 days' time. So with the 5 items that they put up on their social media pages, the first one we had was the hacking dart. The hacking dart can be thrown at machines from afar due to its lightweight. It disrupts the friend or foe identification system of the machine it is attached to, causing it to attack any other machines on the battlefield to gain the upper hand. Now, I like that idea. I think that is really cool, but that is what the hacker skill should be. The hacker skill in the game does work slightly. It is a little bit hit and miss. I mean, from what I've used of it, it works okay. But from what I've seen other people, some people have issues with the actual hacking skill. But either way, the hacking dart looks pretty cool. And it's either going to go one or two ways with this, I think. They're either going to go absolutely nuts and it'll be OP, or it will be really, really low. So the way I'm thinking that they'll do is it'll be for a certain amount of time. So it'll attack enemies for, let's say, a decent amount of time would be maybe 5 to 10 seconds. That's not too much, depending on the enemy that you're obviously hitting. 5 to 10 seconds, I think, would be okay. And then they might end up doing it for something like 3, which would be a pain in the ass. Or they could go completely OP and end up doing it like for 20 or 30. Which, I mean, it could be, but we'll see. And then we see the sensory jammer, which creates a specially tuned electromagnetic field when it's turned on. The field will interfere with the senses of any machine in range, making the player practically invisible. Be an unseen soldier. Now, I like the look of this. It looks really cool. Proper old school radio. But it's going to... Well, I don't know whether the hacker skill will shoot you and... Not the hacker skill. The hacking dart is going to end up shooting you and other machines around you, because that could just be, this is something that's similar to that. But still, I like the look of that, and once again, it could be a timing issue where I'm hoping we've got around about 10-15 seconds on this one. I think that'll be a good amount of time, because then if you are just trying to get past the machines, it's going to give you that time to actually just sprint through where you're going and not have to worry too much. And next up, so far my personal favourite, and that is the modified RC car with a radio strapped on top. Once placed on the ground, the car will drive away from you at top speed with its radio at maximum volume. This lure is great for drawing enemies away from you in a sticky situation. Vroom vroom. Now, I love this one. This is going to be so much fun to play with. Because you literally just throw it around and you could send machines anywhere. Providing the machine's AI follows them. Sometimes with the radios they go a little bit skew-whiff and end up running the opposite way to a radio. Especially if you put a boombox down. I've had that several times. You've set up a really cool trap, pop your boombox down, and then the machine runs off. It's like, oh, great, thanks. So then you just have to wait for the next one to come through, or pick all your stuff up and go again. But this one looks cool, and it could be a really fun way of getting enemies to actually engage each other, or bring them to different locations for a really cool firefight. And next up is what looks to be one of the radio beacons, but it's not. This is actually something very cool. Having difficulties taking down the flying machines in Generation 0, this fine example of guerrilla engineering will help you knock them out of the skies. In just 3 days, you'll be able to get your hands on the homing turret. Bring them down. Now, whether this will specifically target airborne enemies, I'm not 100% sure. But by the description, it does sound like it's going to be airborne only, which is a shame. Because I think being able to place a turret like this, it would just be so much fun. But as you can see, it is made up from the actual beacons, and then what looks to be some sort of, it looks like a runner head on top, but I don't think it is. But either way, it looks really, really cool. I like the look of this one. It's going to be fun to use, and I'm hoping that it absolutely obliterates any flying enemies. Whether it's just going to be the Firebirds, or whether it can get the Seekers too, not too sure. Hopefully it'll get the Seekers. But with this being released, it would be nice to see some more airborne enemies, just to actually make full use of the portable homing turret. And for the final contender, we have the remote control tick. We're sure many of you have guessed it already, but after this DLC drops in just 2 days, you'll be able to infiltrate enemy lines using this remote controlled sneak tick, sneak in and blow them to pieces. Works fantastically in tandem with the radio lore. Now, I like this. I'm hoping it's got all of the capabilities that a tick has, so we can run, we can jump, all of that good stuff. Hopefully it's got the same amount of speed. I love the smiley face as well. It looks really, really cool. And then what is that on the side? I think that's, yeah, that looks like pipe bombs of some sort. And they just look like Nerf bullets. Either way, though, looks absolutely awesome. Cannot wait to try this out, especially this and the car. Absolutely buzzing for those. It's a shame they didn't make the car remote controlled as well. I think that would have been a really cool feature. And then to wrap it up, this is the full set. So we've got the hacking dart, the sensory jammer, the toy car lore, the portable homing turret, and the remote controlled tick. And they all look absolutely phenomenal. The tactical equipment pack will be releasing in just 2 days' time on Thursday, the 25th of May. And it'll actually release at a price of $5.99. So that is US dollars and €5.99 euros. So I reckon that's about £4 something, £5 something in sterling. Not 100% sure, I don't know the conversion rates. But absolutely like this. Quite cool. Once again, still big shame about no story missions or anything like that, which is a big, big shame. But hopefully they do something like that for the next update. And hopefully these missions that we're going to be added, I know they're weekly at the moment, but the team really need to step that up and do them more often, or at least increase the amount of missions, or do some sort of replayability when it comes to the storyline and missions in it. But we'll see, we'll see. So that is everything that you need to know about the Tactical Equipment Pack number 2 DLC. For now, we're going to wrap that one up there, and we will be back on Thursday checking out the new update and the Tactical Equipment Pack. I've been Wired, you guys have been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.